go.
This is cool stuff. What is this?
Welcome to Monday. Hey, we're going to take a minute and do a deep dive on some of the stuff that's in here. We got some really interesting things into the auction this week. We take a few minutes to talk about them. But among them is this really cool collection of Godzilla and vintage Japanese toys. And we don't get a lot of this in here. I have a lady right now who's trying to buy a house, and so she's liquidating some of her collection in here to pay for it. And this is some of what she brought in this week. So I thought we'd talk about some of the highlights. Some of the things I've never seen before. So she brought in this set of cards. These look like Godzilla cards. And I think that these are from probably the 1970s or early 80s. But it's a whole binder full of these cards. And they're kind of unusual. So most time when we see trading cards, they're real thin little ones. And these are printed on thick cardboard stock. Let me take one out.
I think it's called Menko. The Japanese cards are Menko.
Menko?
Uh-huh. Yeah, here. On the camera.
Yeah, but it's a thick cardboard stock.
Yeah. It's definitely not like a Pokemon or
no, and
like
it's a fun thing to sell. When we get this kind of stuff, it's always fun for me, and here's why. So,
because you love it.
Well, I do love it,
yeah.
But also, when I get this kind of stuff in, it's wild card stuff. I have no idea what this is worth, what this might bring, because you could not have sold this before. There cannot be much of this in the States, and I'd imagine that most of the stuff that's here has been bought up by collectors. So, and this one's really fun. This has, here, on top of that, here, I'll hold it up. This is kind of cool too. So on top of that, there are 2 sealed packs. So these are the packs the cards would have come in. There are 2 sealed packs too. So fun stuff. I think that we're going to do good on those, but I've never seen those before.
Well, and it's not something that comes to auction very often, right? It's something you might find on eBay, but not in a live auction.
Yeah, as live auctions go, there aren't very many live auctions that I know about, and especially here in the Midwest, who will do these kinds of collectibles or who kind of focus on them. We always do.
Well, I think that's because a lot of the other auction companies might not really know what this is, but because toys, vintage toys and pop culture stuff is kind of your wheelhouse.
I do like it, yeah.
You get excited about this.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. And the people who come down here to buy it from us are excited about it too. They like this stuff.
They do like it.
Along with the cards, she brought in some really interesting Godzilla pieces, but I like these. These are from 1992, and they are Godzilla creatures bags. We have Mothra. We have, I don't even know. I had to check online to see what this was in the first place. But so we've got 3 of these. These are really cool. So I think these are Japanese market. You just walk into the store and you would buy, here, look at the back, the front. You would buy these creatures just like this off of the pegs. Not something we had here in the States, but I know that our buyers like that stuff. So more Godzilla up here, and then down the showcase, and this is really cool. So I got a couple of these pieces. These are from 1992. So this Godzilla playset, it's a fun piece, and it's Japanese market only. Mm-hmm. So you had to buy this in Japan. It wasn't here in the States. Fun, unusual piece.
Well, what is it?
It's a playset. It's a Godzilla playset. Here, look, did you see it?
Does it like have the little village? And
it has the original Godzilla.
Oh, wow.
And the capital, the Crush.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah, and then she also brought down another one. And this one's from 1992 as well.
I know that's Mothra.
Mothra, yep, Japanese market Mothra. And this is the flocked Mothra. They're fun. So Bandai Toys is a cool company. Bandai Toys imported a lot of the robots from the 1970s and 80s. What, you gonna make it?
Yeah.
All right. Bandai Toys imported a lot of the robots that we see here in the States in the 70s and 80s. These are 90s, but they're still Bandai, so it's a good company. And fun, everyone flip around?
Yeah.
Yep, fun little collectibles. Okay. The other thing I like in here is this. This is one of my all-time favorites. This came out in 1992. And this tin robot Batman. I love this. This is the Michael Keaton Batman. Okay. They actually did Batman and Joker. It's a tin robot. It's Japanese. Yeah. So you have this Japanese era, or 1990s Japanese tin robot Batman. Mm-hmm. They've always been collectible.
This is like mint condition too,
it's
though,
perfect.
Right?
Well,
look how nice it is. The box is nice.
So the box is crispy.
Doesn't look like it was ever played with.
Most of these weren't. In fact, the key is still sealed in its bag. And then the robot itself.
So would that be new old stock or just?
Oh, I mean, it's old enough. Maybe you could call it that, but I think someone would just call it new in box. Mm-hmm. You know, so that Godzilla all over the place in here. That is fun stuff to know about and fun stuff to get to sell.
Looks like there's some video game
Yeah, I do have a little
systems,
bit of
too.
video games this week. So
Yeah.
she brought in some Japanese market exclusive video games along with Super Godzilla for Super Nintendo and a Game Gear system. And when we
And we
walk
got a couple of DSs too. I think they're over in the showcase.
Yeah, we
There are
walk
2
around
or
here and you
3
can see some more.
DSs in here too.
So highlights are always Pokemon. This stuff sells so well in here. People love buying the DS games. And this is Game Boy. But so we Pokemon and then Kirby's Dream, which is going to be another one of those
RoboCop,
desirable games.
Sonic. What's that one?
That is Super Godzilla.
Super Godzilla.
Nintendo 64.
Look, these are cool. Look, these are all written in
Those are Japanese market.
Konami,
Yeah.
1986.
Those are Japanese market games. So if you have the console that plays these, they're going to play in Japanese writing on all the levels.
That's really cool.
What's also fun in here this week, well, we do have toys, and we'll see some more we walk through, but we had a collection of Victorian come in this week too. Victorian goods, turn of the century, they're always beautifully done. So the thing about Victorian collectibles or as antiques, they were interested in beauty, so in objects as an object of beauty. Nowadays we have like a simplified life, right? Our buildings are square and ugly and brown, but back then we decorated with beautiful objects in beautiful buildings. So some of the stuff that came out of that house, like the Art Nouveau mirror, and this is a good old piece. They actually brought these back in the 1970s. It was part of the boom. So you have this and you have the rock and roll posters that were shot in Art Nouveau, the Godspell posters that are famous, and that design language moved from Art Nouveau into the 1970s. But at this point, we're still actual Art Nouveau. So it's always fun when real Art Nouveau stuff comes in here. Mixed it.
What's this? What's this?
Super annoying. One of my other favorite things in here is this pull pocket. So it's just super annoying. Now I gotta cut it out of the video. So pull pocket.
Oh,
Yeah, so your balls go in it.
let's try.
No more use. You were helpful enough. Thank you.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we'll slip a little bit of Victorian antiques, and we just get a lot of variety. So on top of Godzilla and Victorian antiques, we're gonna sell coins and jewelry. But because we do so many estates and we have such good consigners, our auction doesn't feature any one kind of collectible. This week is no exception. Art Nouveau lamp. This is a modern interpretation of Art Nouveau. So the design is an original Art Nouveau bronze design. It's been recreated as a lamp with Favrel glass shades. Favrel glass is this. You can kind of see this opalescent look to it. So that's Favrel glass. And this is a modern interpretation of this bronze and turned into a lamp. But it's a beautiful piece and heavy bronze. On top of that, more Victorian antiques. We also get a lot of Murano glass. Murano glass, Murano, Italy. Real Murano, little harder to find. Lots of Italian glass marked Murano. Hard to find actual Murano glass. This week I have one piece here and a couple pieces over here that we'll look at in a minute. We also have some Czechoslovakian glass. This one's Murano. It is sticker signed and then it is artist signed. Cool piece there. And then this little sucker right here, this is Czechoslovakian glass. It's a Czechoslovakian dresser perfume bottle. It's a beautiful piece, pink glass. Everyone likes that stuff. It's really nice. So we'll sell Godzilla, Victorian antiques, Pokemon cards. Part of the eclectic mix of things around here that keep things so interesting is this kind of thing. That we can go from Victorian right into Pokemon and video games. Super unusual. Most auction houses don't do that. We kind of like it. But we'll sell the Pokemon cards. And I've been told there's some better cards in here too. There's some shadowless cards and some unusual variants. I don't really know how they're going to do, but I'm excited to sell them, that's for sure. I also have a large collection of coins. So in this one we have proof sets. Proof sets or mint sets. These were issued by the mints. They would give you a complete set of coins from the year. So each one of these sets, let's see if we got one that's open. Here's a set that's open. There's a mint set, but each one of these boxes or these little containers contain a set of coins. It's every coin that was minted for the year, uncirculated. And there are probably 70 of them in here, maybe 80. So we're working on this gentleman's collection. We have some more coins over here that are good too. One of my favorite things in here is this. I've got a little bit of a love affair with this thing. This is Ralph McQuarrie's original artwork for Star Wars. It is a fun piece, so we are excited for that one. More coins. So part of the coin collection is fun, and then this is the kind of stuff they really like. If you're out at estate sales or you're looking for stuff to buy and you see this, kind of hard to buy it on the money because they kind of know, so it's a little pricey, but the graded coins. Silver Eagles. And these Silver Eagles are graded. There's a Morgan too. There's a Morgan. But the Silver Eagles are pretty good in here. They do really well. Uncirculated and graded. These are real American currency, but they're in solid 999 fine silver. Brilliant uncirculated, so that one's never hit the market. That's just an uncirculated coin. So he's got a nice collection of these. And there's more over here. And then we'll walk past that and see that there's even more Murano glass. So I like Murano glass, my buyers like it. Little glass animals, lotes, dishes. One piece of mid-century modern glass. This is a pulled vase glass, a pulled glass vase. These do really well. It's an iconic piece of mid-century design, and people like these. They like them in here, but they like them on eBay and whatnot, and everywhere else people sell. Very popular, it's very easy to sell. In the 1960s and 70s, these were extremely popular, and people would fill their houses with them. In fact, now you'll see modern collectors that have houses completely full of these slung glass vases. Most of them are Viking, and I'm not really sure who made this one, but I would guess it's probably Viking or one of the other brands. There's a few of them, but it's a nice piece of glass, and it's always something you want to look for. Sienna. So this is probably 1920. It's a nice piece of pressed cardboard, die cut with Santa Claus, and the vintage Christmas people love these. First, they don't survive very well because they're cardboard. They're a little thin piece of pressed paper. Second, this one's mint, and that combination of things along with Christmas, which is a super hot collectible in here, very, very cool. So I think that's going to be something that's worth selling. And my last thing, here we go. So we did antiques and we did collectibles, but some of the other kind of stuff that came in this week that I think is really fun is this. This scrapbook is from Independence. It's got Harry S. Truman all over in the newspaper, but it also has a couple of original Harry S. Truman photographs. This is really fun. Here, check this out. So, I don't know whose this was, but whoever took these photographs and lived this life must have just had the most interesting life ever. I have rockabilly bands, I have some Christmas, and this is probably, if you look through this, I bet you can find some of the Christmas ornaments and decorations that are on the table in front of me. Same house. So fun for their Christmas, and if I can find it, let's see. I bet I can. Original photographs of Harry Truman taken in Independence. Harry Truman, one of Independence, Missouri's most famous sons. So that's really neat. So a good variety across the front this week, and we're super excited to sell it. And we just cannot wait to see what comes in here next week, because it's like this every single week. Thanks for watching.